nights we stayed up talking dreams. Now we talking silence, hear it breaking at the seams. Try to play it cool, but my heart been on repeat. Every I'm fine, feel like lies in my teeth. We've been running from the truth like it won't catch us. Love bruised up, but it still won't let us. I don't wanna lose you over pride and ego. Still see forever when I look through the window.
We both said things we can't rewind, but I still see you in my future lines. If there's a spark left in the fire we made, don't let it die like this, don't walk away.
I don't want it to end, no I can't let go.
Can we hit rewind?
Can we start slow? If love's still here, then let it show. I don't want it to end. Can we start over? Can we start over?
We've been fighting ghosts, shadows of the past, trying to win the war, but we moving too fast. I ain't perfect, yeah, I dropped the ball, but I'm still standing here, still answering the call. I don't need control, I just need your trust. We built this off faith, not dust. If the world broke us, let's rebuild stronger. Don't say goodbye when the love feels longer.
We both hurt, yeah, I know it's true, but I still choose us, still choose you. If forgiveness got a voice tonight, let it sing us back into the light.
I don't want it to end, no I can't let go. Can we hit rewind?
Can we start slow? If love's still here, then let it show. I don't want it to end. Can we start over? Can we start over? If we fall, let's fall together. If we heal, let it be forever. I ain't saying we forget the pain, just don't let it be the thing that changed us. Take my hand, feel my heart. We don't gotta be perfect to restart. Every scar got a story to tell, but love ain't done, I can tell. I still believe there's more to us than broken dreams. If there's one more chance, don't close the door. I don't want it to end. Can we start over?
Can we start over? Can we start over? Can we start over? I don't need a new beginning. I don't need a new beginning. I don't need a new beginning. Just a better version of us. I don't need a new beginning. I don't need a new beginning. I don't need a new beginning.
Yeah. Nah. God ain't bring me this far just to barely survive. Listen. God didn't bless me just to get by. Didn't wake me up just to barely get through the night. I'm walking in favor, I'm living overflow. Exceedingly abundantly, that's how the promise goes. Nah, not just to get by. He opened doors I couldn't pry. I'm blessed beyond the limits of my mind. Nah, not just to get by. I remember nights when the fridge was talking loud. Empty shelves, heavy prayers, faith in the clouds. Mama said, hold on, God sees it all. Even when the pocket's thin, we still stand tall. Now I see the vision clearer than before. He don't give crumbs, he prepared a whole store. If he said it, he meant it, I trust what he said. He ain't the God of lack, he the God of way made. I ain't chased the bag, I chased the space. Now grace on grace got me running my race. Every step order, every breath plan. I don't just survive, I thrive in his hands. Yeah, God didn't bless me just to get by. Didn't wake me up just to barely get through the night. I'm walking in favor, I'm living overflow. Exceedingly abundantly, that's how the promise goes. Nah, not just to get by. He opened doors I couldn't pry. I'm blessed beyond the limits of my mind. Nah, not just to get by. Words say above all I could ask or think. So I stopped thinking small every time I blink. If he owns the cattle, the hills, the land, why would I doubt what's already in his plan? Pressure tried to break me, pain tried to mold me, but purpose kept pulling, wouldn't let it hold me. I'm blessed in the city, blessed when I leave, blessed when I sow, blessed when I believe. I ain't got a scheme, I ain't got a lie. Favor got my name written front line, from the pit to the palace. Yeah, I testify, he didn't call me up just to get by. Overflow, yeah, much more than enough. Running over, fill my cup. If you did it once, so do it again. I don't live in fear, I live in Him. Overflow, I'm covered in grace. Every blessing got purpose in place. Hands up high, let the world know I ain't just alive. I'm supplied. God didn't bless me just to get by. Didn't wake me up just to barely get through the night. I'm walking in favor, I'm living overflow. Exceedingly abundantly, that's how the promise go. Nah, not just to get by. He opened doors I couldn't pry. I'm blessed beyond the limits of my mind. Nah, not just to get by. Yeah. Turn it up. This for the ones who never left. Started from the bottom with a dream and a spark. Empty tank, full heart, headlights in the dark. They doubted every step, said we wouldn't last long, but we built this off faith in the backbeat song. Cold nights, long roads, no map, no guide, just a prayer on the dash, hope sitting shotgun side. We done took some losses, yeah, we paid that price, but every scar just taught us how to roll the dice. When the lights went out, you stayed right here. When the crowd disappeared, you were still sincere. That's loyalty deeper than a headline ride. If it's me and you, yeah, we gon' ride. When the world say quit, we say not today. Through the pressure, through the pain, we stay. Ain't no fear when you stand with your tribe. If I'm breathing, I'm believing, yeah. We gon' ride till we die. Windows down, let the whole know why. Through the fight, side by side, yeah, we holding tight. We gon' ride, no divide. Same blood, same love inside. When it's real, you don't ask why. We gon' ride till we die. Baseline heavy, feel it in my spine. Heartbeat sinking with the kick and the snare in time. This ain't just music, this a family vow. If I'm up, you're up, ain't no switching now. From the backseat talks to the main stage lights. From the long way home to the fastest flight. Still the same ones laughing, same inside jokes. Same hands in the air when the whole crowd sways. If I fall, you reach. If you bleed, I stand. Ain't no solo mission, this a one-band plan. They can test the bond, they can try to tie, but we stitched in the soul, yeah, we ride or die. Every mile we made was earned in truth. Every promise kept, every broken rule. Ain't no road too long, no hill too high. If you with me, you already know why. We gon' ride till we die. Windows down, let the whole world know why. Through the fight, side by side, yeah, we holding tight. We gon' ride, no divide. Same blood, same love inside. When it's real, you don't ask why. We gon' ride till we die.
Hey, yo, Lane, check dig, man. I was just sitting back reminiscing, man, you know what I'm saying, and vibing on how things used to be, you dig? Like when we was youngsters, you know what I'm saying, that old West End used to rock. St. Anne's used to jump, you know?
When children used to see the test every day. I used to go to Toledo. When kids really used to go outside and play. I used to go to Toledo. When females used to carry themselves as women. I used to go to Toledo. When hustlers used to do their time without snitching. I used to go to
Listen,
Toledo.
I remember back in the day when I was a child, doing bad, mama used to take us to eat at Hot and Now. Very convenient, the food was good and plus it was cheap. Creeping off the block to go swimming at Willie's every week. Dirt courts in just about every backyard, hooping on crates. Sneaking jars out the house, trying to catch lightning bugs and snakes. The good old days when penny candy really used to cost a penny. Ice cream truck had ice cream on it, you could buy for 10 pennies. Pimping your bike out with chrome caps, reflectors and mirrors. The hood used to be a village back when the neighbors cared. It was less snitching, more females carried themselves like women. I wish I could go back and visit, cause I miss the old Toledo.
When children used to see the test every day.
I mean, it ain't got that same vibe it got no more in the streets, you know?
Used to go outside and play.
Yeah, okay. I feel where you going, CJ.
Females used to carry themselves as
Okay,
women.
man.
I used to go to Toledo.
It's your boy Bobcat, man, just reminiscing, check dig.
Where hustlers used to do their time without snitching. I used to go to Toledo.
I'm just reminiscing about the old days. And nah, I don't go far back as the OJs. Lane, look, I'm talking late 80s, early 90s. On Auburn up at Peach Rose is where you could find me. I was screaming crossroads for the love of the dough. 16 double O until the world blow. When Indo and Joint Mob had a lock on the South, and Orton Coleman had you scared to come out of your house. Around the time when Magic Wand found out he was Plera, and Ray Stone was so fly, yeah, that was the era. Philly and Philly and all was reppin' for Out Hill. That Scott and Libby gang could damn near get a killed. When Northtown was bumping, Southwick was slumping. Follow the light, lightning rod had every club jumping. I give her arm, a leg, 2 shoulders, and a tooth. To see Toledo how it was in my youth. Man, I miss the old Toledo.
When children used to see the test every day. When kids really used to go outside and play. When females used to carry themselves as women. When hustlers used to chew their tongue without snitching.
Wake up, Toledo.
Wake your ass up.
You're listening to the 419 Grinds Rise and Grind Morning Show.
Good morning, Toledo, Ohio. Welcome to the Rise and Grind Morning Show. It's your host, your boy, Sean Juan, in the studio with the DJ Impress.
Hey man, look, I'm telling y'all right off the rip, I don't want no mess this morning. The last time I had some sinus problems, y'all was in here insinuating I was on the booger sugar. We're not gonna do that today. This pollen is at an all-time high out here. So it is pollen, it is not booger sugar. I want y'all to know.
Something white though, man.
I don't want no mess today.
You want no
Look,
No smoke today?
look, you know, Dr. Liddell coming for you anyway, brother. She coming for you.
Oh, lady, look, Lady Eloise can't say nothing.
Yesterday she was. Oh man.
I said she better be glad I wasn't in the studio because I'd have made her say, "Ma."
Darling.
Yeah, no doubt.
Also, we are in the studio with your favorite cousin, Mud Talk, on Rise and Grind Morning Show weekend host, Ty Cleveland.
What up, though, Toledo? Good morning, happy TGIF, and we might be doing lines together because I'm over here stuff together. So the pollen is disrespectful, man. Like, I mean, you walk in and just shoot up in your nose, and it's just, man, it's bad out here.
I've never had that happen in my life. And
That's
I'm
a
telling you,
scary
the
feeling.
other day, it just went right up in my nose. I'm like, what in the world? Like,
He went up in his nose. He like driving a slingshot.
Disrespectful.
Just bad. That's it, man. Also, we are in the studio with the producer of the Rise and Grind Morning Show, co-owner of P360 Studios, the producer of the Rise and Grind Weekend Morning Show, the producer of Check In the Podcast. Just the list goes on, Jesse. But you don't have any
no talent.
no talent.
Yeah.
No talents.
Yeah.
Right. So
he got a talent. He keep imagining he got a co-owner named Al.
I do.
That's a talent.
the Jesse Coleman.
Good morning, everyone. So Al, my business partner, the co-owner of Project 360 Studios, it's a great interview on his YouTube channel, 2 Cups Cafe, with Louis Lane, not Lois, Louis Lane, who is a data scientist. A black data scientist. It's a great interview. Go check it out.
AI would be doing an interview.
Louis like another made-up character. I know
GPT characters.
What's crazy is Louis Lane is a character in one of the Superman sagas. It's the child of Lois Lane and Lex Luthor. But he's real though.
Hey, look, y'all ain't even peep how Jesse tried to do that the other day though. he gonna wait till like 5 minutes before the show. Like, oh yeah, y'all can come on down and see Al. Like, who was expecting that? Like I invited y'all. Come on, man.
There you go.
Come on, man.
I could have sat and had a nice little a glass of wine with Al
and Louis Lane.
All right.
DJ Impress like, okay, Jesse.
Right. Like, yeah, Al invited y'all down. When is it? Where is it? Oh, it's starting
He
like
like right
5
now.
minutes. I know. What?
Listen, man. Hey, ladies and gentlemen, I got a secret to tell you. If you want to catch Ty, catch him at a Sheetz gas station.
Catch you too. If you see me, I see you.
She's got everything you need.
I seen you on the radio though.
Yeah, man. You know, Sheetz is a great time. If you've never experienced Sheetz before, it's a great place to go if you need some late night eats or whatever. But they do have healthy options now. So they have chicken sausage and egg whites and all that good stuff now. So at least when I was being a big back, but at least I was being a healthy big back.
A healthy
Hey man,
big back.
look, if I'm gonna go to the gas station for some food, I ain't worried about health, man. Give me the greasy, sugar filled.
Get that too.
Get that too.
Yeah. When I want to eat healthy, I'm gonna go to like Chipotle or something. If I gotta stop at the gas station, fill her up.
I don't think you would consider Sheetz a gas station. It's a station.
It's a convenience
it's
mart.
a convenience mart that includes gas.
Yes.
Right.
So
Yeah.
as y'all can tell, I am in the minority. I'm the only person here that's
You're in the minority of a lot of stuff around here.
I have never been in the Sheetz. I've never walked through the door of the Sheetz
Well,
ever
you know,
in life.
when you leave here, it's right there. It's
Right
on the
there,
gas.
I see it all the
there.
time. And some mornings I'll be like, man, I'm about to go in there.
Stop by one day. Yeah.
Bad.
And the cool thing is, you don't have to talk to nobody when you order. They have like the little kiosk thing, so you just hit your and it got pictures for people who need pictures.
Yeah, they just call your name.
You just call your name and you go get it.
Go get it.
See that
Hey.
now y'all just discouraged me, man.
They got and they got good milkshakes. I'm the sweet
do,
king
yeah.
over
Oh,
here,
do they?
man. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, man.
Oh,
They got
I might have to get one.
Look, man. Look, man. Listen, if y'all ain't hip, well,
Well,
hold
so,
on.
see, you probably go there like twice a day, huh? Sean.
No.
Do you?
I do.
Okay.
I
Yeah,
do.
ain't nothing wrong with it.
Listen,
Trust
He
me,
said,
y'all
"Ain't no
don't
shame in my game."
y'all don't want me to get no milkshake and come in. We will clear this whole podcast out immediately.
Speaking of podcasts, DJ Impress did a great interview. It's part of our exclusive series. So we have more than just podcast stuff around here.
Right.
okay.
We got real stuff
We have
happening.
content.
Yeah.
So DJ Impress did a great interview with
HMMF. It stands for Haters Made Me Famous.
Yeah.
Guy, man, we had I do the poetry nights, and guy he Googled. I don't know what he Googled, but he Googled something and ended up at our poetry night. White guy too, and he was messaging Doug like how he wanted to perform. Can we put him on the list? And Doug asked me if I knew who he was. I'm like, no. So he walked in. And I'm looking, I'm like, all right. And then he gave me his music. And normally I preview it, but I don't know, for whatever reason I didn't. Man, I was pleasantly surprised, man. Dude is really, really dope, man.
Yeah.
And he was only gonna do 2 songs. Then they told him to do a third. He did a third song. And then he walked out, and they went out there and got him and had him come back and do another one.
Oh, wow.
So that's how dope he is, man. And so he's actually in Tampa right now, performing and competing at a death row, some kind of death row event.
Wow.
And he's
He was invited to.
That he was invited
By
to come
Death Row, yeah.
by Death Row. Yeah, he's from Boston. I don't know how he ended up in Ohio, but he's in Ohio now. Dope dude, man.
Yeah, dope interview.
Yeah,
Check it out. Only on the 419grind.com.
Yes.
Yeah.
How was the open event for premiere screening?
Man, let me tell you, bro. Yesterday, I don't know if we could have picked a better day. Weather-wise, I thought it was gonna be hot. It wasn't too hot. Attendance-wise, we had probably we keep saying 120, but I think if you count people that came in, we was probably around 160 people.
Okay.
All ages, and man, it was absolutely beautiful. Like beautiful. We showed GOAT last night. We had a 4 It's this seat. This Dr. They had a 4-on-4 tournament, to start the thing off, and then I was spinning and all that, man, and it was so good, man. Every time, like after we set up and get the movie going, it's always a moment where I can look around and be like, "This is why." I did this, man. And last night was another one of those nights, man. People stayed the whole movie. No, it was kids out there, but no issues whatsoever. Everybody was on their best behavior, vibing to the music, dancing, and I love when I can see like families out there, like people who probably normally like would have to. I mean, not being funny, but movies cost a lot. Sometimes if you got a big family, you might have to take out a loan to go to a movie. You know what I'm saying? But to be able to for everybody to enjoy that for free, and then there's one point where like we give out popcorn and all that. So at one point this lady came up, and I can't remember what school. It was like Springfield School or something. She came up, is like, "Is this where you guys sell popcorn?" I was like, "No, we don't sell popcorn. We give it." She's like, "What? You guys just give it away?" Like, and she was saying that she had brought a friend, and they were like first kind of hesitant to come because of the neighborhood we was on Detroit and Indiana. But she was like, "Man, I am so glad I came. Like, can I have the information so we can come to all of them?" Like, Wow. So it was that, you know what I'm saying? It was that nice, man. I was pleasantly pleased last night. Man.
Yeah, that's great. And I love the fact that you guys do these at the park, because some people don't have access to make it to the movies, movie theaters and the mall and things like that.
And so we purposely do it like at different parks all over the city, purposely. Like we'll do some in the east, west, north, and south, because like I said, just for convenience purposes. Somebody might not be able to make it all the way over to the north. Somebody might be, you know what I mean? Yeah. So we, but we have people that travel with us. But if you can't travel, we will be in a neighborhood near you sometime soon before the season.
That's what's up, man.
And especially in this economy, we need a lot of free 99 stuff.
Absolutely.
Speaking of free 99, you got traffic and weather?
I do. I don't know if it's free. Start charging people for my information. No, y'all. Let's get into this traffic and weather real quick. So first of all, everything is looking to go on our traffic radar from WTOL, except for if you are traveling close to Oregon. If you're on South Willing Street and I-280, there are some slowdowns happening that way where traffic is moving about 25 to 30 miles per hour. So it's a little slow right there. And then also, if you are traveling close to Seacourt Road southbound, there is some slow ups happening there. So just make sure you're being mindful if you're traveling in those directions. Also, some more traffic news that's coming. So I-475 South closure was postponed again due to forecasted rain. So originally due for completion this weekend. Weekend construction on I-475 southbound has been postponed due to forecasted rain. That was from ODOT yesterday. The project, which has necessitated the closure of I-475 south between US 24 in Maumee and SR 25 in Perrysburg, was scheduled to be completed over the course of 4 weekends from May 5th to June 5th, excluding Memorial Day weekend. But road work was canceled on the weekend of May 15th due to weather, and it resumed again on May 29th. With this weekend's postponement, weekend closures of I-475 southbound are now shifted to the weekend of June 12th through the 15th and June 19th through the 22nd, both which are also weather permitting. So just be mindful if you're traveling those directions that scheduled date for that to be completed has been pushed back a little bit further into June. Now, speaking of weather, right now it is 75 degrees outside, but it won't feel like that later on because we are expecting a high of 88 today. So if you are traveling outside, make sure you put on your sunscreen, including all of my African-American people. Yes, we need sunscreen as well too, because skin cancer does not discriminate. So make sure you are putting on your SP 150. Tomorrow expected to be 85 degrees, which is the start of the Old West End Festival, but it's a 40% chance of rains, and that is actually supposed to kind of start somewhere in the morning, possibly early afternoon. So if you are going to the Old West End Festival tomorrow, just make sure Take an umbrella with you just in case. And then Sunday, it will be 86 degrees. But we will start to see our highest temperatures later next week, next Thursday and Friday. We'll start our 90-day trend of 90-degree weather. So 91 on Thursday, 93 on Friday, and 93 next Saturday, June 13th. So as the YNs like to say, it's 95 degrees. I ain't got no man. A man ain't worried about me. As y'all like to say out there, you young little whippersnappers.
Okay, yeah.
That's what they say.
Oh, I didn't know.
That's what Glorilla said. I'm just
Glorilla, yeah.
yeah. But the YNs, they be saying that stuff to little kids out there.
Yeah, oh yeah.
The young adults. That's what they be saying. Yeah. So if you're traveling next weekend, just make sure you, like I said, put on some sunscreen and make sure you're protecting yourself and stay hydrated, because I'm pretty sure we will have some type of heat advisory within the next few days.
And put a net or something on your nose so this pollen won't get disrespectful like it did me.
You still got them COVID masks at home?
Huh?
You still got some COVID masks
I
at
do,
home?
yeah.
Start wearing them COVID masks.
Man. I don't know. I already can't breathe. Y'all can find me passed out somewhere.
Man, I'm starting to feel a certain type of way. You give me the doo-doo touch or what?
Wow.
Not the doo-doo.
That's crazy.
It'd be your family, man. It'd be your family.
You don't remember that as a kid?
Yeah.
Like, what?
You got the doo-doo touch. Hey, look, my fingers crossed.
No, I got checks. My legs was crossed.
Or when they catch me talking, my toes was crossed. Your toes wasn't crossed.
All right, man. So let's get into news real quick.
Trending topics in Toledo
Oh, you
on the
good.
Rise and Grind Morning Show.
Yeah, so let's get into what's the tea in the tea. So yesterday there was a city meeting about the controversial encounter between the police and the teens, that viral video that you guys saw. So frustration boiled over Thursday night at Toledo City Council's Public Safety Committee meeting, where neighbors demanded accountability following the release of body camera video of two police officers' controversial interaction with a group of teens. Dozens of community members spoke out, some calling not only for the officers involved to be fired, but also for TPD Chief Police to step down as well. One resident said, "I think it's despicable for our officers on TPD to do what these two officers did. They are supposed to be trained to know how to de-escalate and not escalate." The backlash stems from the body camera footage that was released by TPD showing officers using profanity towards a group of teens that they said were jaywalking. The video has drawn widespread criticism for both residents and city leaders. The chief of TPD told council members two officers were involved in the incident and confirmed one has been reassigned from the department's SWAT unit. He did not defend what was said. The second incident involves something that does not belong in any policing or any form of government community relations. It's reprehensible what was said, and that came from a quote from the chief of TPD. He also said the officers involved submitted reports acknowledging their behavior was inexcusable, meaning the investigation into that incident is not expected to be lengthy. And he also addressed a separate incident, which is an ongoing case involving the arrest of a 15-year-old in April. He says TPD's Internal Affairs Bureau has completed its review in that case, and he is now conducting a final review before the findings are made public, which he expects could happen next week. So yeah, there is a lot that is going on. There was a quote from council member Sandra McPherson. She said, "You cannot train a person that has lived a life and that has been embedded in them that they are better than somebody else." And that's a quote from our councilwoman. So
yeah, that whole situation, man, is terrible. But we should not be surprised. We should not be surprised. This is how they think. This is how they've been trained. This is, and I'll use me as an example. When I used to be a police officer for Mercy Hospital back in the day, I worked with what?
Go ahead.
I worked with officers that show that they did not like black people. They said it to my face, and their whole idea or thought pattern and behavior was, "What you gonna do about it? You're a young officer, you ain't gonna do nothing."
The thing that got me is like when they brought up the 15-year-old girl, then they was like, "Oh, she shot at her parent or whatever they said." I can't remember what they said in the video. But nobody knew that the day of that incident. So you can't go back and say that's the reason why she was treated that way, because you didn't know that at the time.
Right.
This constant reassigning officers. If I'm the chief of police, I'm going in the meeting like, man, what the hell is wrong with y'all, man? Why do y'all keep putting yourselves in this predicament? Unless I don't care. You know what I mean? Unless I don't care. If I really care, then I'm bringing all my officers in and saying, look, the next one of y'all that, you know, this happens to, I'm gonna make sure that I make an example out of you. You know what I mean?
Right.
Because we can't keep doing this. Like,
But that might be the conversation. but
reassignment ain't it though. Right.
I'm saying the conversation in house might be y'all can't keep doing this because y'all making us look bad.
Right.
But what they stand by is the blue code,
right?
Which is I'm gonna protect my blue men before any other color. That's black, white, brown, yellow, whatever. I'm gonna protect blue before anything.
Absolutely.
So that's their mindset, and that's going to continue to be their mindset. And I don't even know if that's. I mean, if the reassignment and the firing of chief and all this stuff, I don't know if that's going to change anything because when it comes down to it, a blue person is going to be in that chief seat. Right. And they're gonna go by the blue code,
right?
And I hate to even think like this, but sometimes it's gonna take something drastic to be able to come in and just clean out the whole system.
Yeah,
you know what I mean.
I'm a firm believer that when they were looking for a chief of police, I always feel like look outside of Toledo.
They've done that a couple of times.
I think different though, and I'm gonna tell you why.
Because of
because that's the problem.
Knowing the neighborhood.
Yeah,
right.
That's the problem that we're having. We having a bunch of people that's coming from outside. That's coming here, policing and don't know the neighborhood, don't know the people, don't know the culture, and they are bringing their own prejudices into these neighborhoods and profiling these kids.
Yeah,
get somebody that's grew up in these neighborhoods and understand like what it's like to. Like the kids they stopped, they was like, because when we turned around, you were looking at me. If you come from the neighborhood, you already know. Even if I'm not doing nothing, and the police come behind me, my thing is gonna be like, oh my God, let me straighten up and walk right, even though I'm not doing anything. You know what I mean? And you have to be from somebody, you have to be from that culture to understand that. Just because I tense up when I see the police, don't mean that I'm doing something wrong. I tense up when I see the police because of interactions that I have or seen, and I know that the chances of me coming out of this interaction unscathed is slim to none.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? So
and I definitely agree. We are dealing with officers who are not part of the culture. They don't know what our community neighborhoods is like. They're coming from surrounding areas where they think that they're better than the people they're dealing with. And also too, we need to, I've said this before for a long time, is that this is why we have to start paying attention to what's going on, because now it's affecting our babies.
Right.
It's affecting our kids. It's an attack on our kids. And now when we have these interactions with there's kids and police officers and no longer adults and police officers, it's real out here. Yeah. And it's time for us to really start paying attention to the things that's going on and start, as I say, walk it like we talk it.
Right.
You can be all in the comments and be a Facebook warrior when you want to, but when it's time to have them boots on the ground, y'all need to be suited and booty, because we have an attack. It's on our kids now. And when we have 15-year-olds who are having these horrible interactions with police officers, we have a problem. Right. And a lot of our kids are experiencing trauma now, because when you have an interaction like the 15-year-old did, that's trauma. So now she's going to have this permanent thinking about police officers. You know what I'm saying? And so we got this going on. We had this other situation. We're talking about have fun living in poverty.
Yeah.
We're having too many traumatic situations with our kids and police officers. Not a good look. So hopefully some things be done. Honestly, I truly believe it starts from the top down, and our chief of police is not setting examples, which is why we keep having these situations keep happening. Right. So I'm not saying he needs to step down, but buddy, you need to get your affairs in order, because there's a lot happening.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely.
All right. So in other news, so 2 more downtown Savannah businesses have announced their closures due to construction impacts. Businesses in Savannah are preparing to close their doors this summer, with both owners pointing to ongoing road construction and closures as major factors in their decision. The announcements come just months after Main Street Suites closed in April, leaving another vacant storefront along Main Street. Now, Bandits, Main Street East, and Finch and Fern say they will also cease operating from the current location operations in the coming weeks. For Bandon's Main Street East owner, Tacey Tober, the decision comes less than a year after opening the restaurant. Tober says she left the corporate world last August to pursue a lifelong dream of owning a restaurant and quickly develop a loyal customer base with her homemade menu. But she says construction projects throughout downtown Sylvania created challenges almost immediately. We opened when they started construction on Main Street. Then the bridge closed, which was a huge hit for us, and then the construction on the second block. According to Tober, customers often struggled to get access to the restaurant, which reduced foot traffic and cutting into their profits. After months of trying to weather the disruption, she says she has made the difficult decision to close at the end of June. It's heartbreaking, especially since I live down the street and I'm still going to have to drive by it. A similar story is actually unfolding at Finch and Fern. So owner Katie Gilliland opened the independent bookstore in 2023 and says downtown construction has taken a severe toll on her business. Rather than renew her lease, Gillian has decided to close the store's physical location at the end of July and transition to an online model only. She said, I've lost tens and thousands of dollars in sales. Would it be financially responsible for me to sign a new 3-year lease when I've already been struggling? The answer is no. Gillian says she believes city leadership have done more to help downtown businesses cope with the impacts of construction. She says they should have been consideration for the small business here. I'm not saying pay our entire revenue, but at least help us do something. So
that's kind of like that makes Sylvania city leaders look bad.
It does. It really truly
look really
does.
bad because you got entrepreneurs, which is what you want in a city to help a city grow.
Right.
Entrepreneurs who have to shut down because of what you're doing to the road. And if you've been through there, it's bad.
Yeah.
And we had a similar incident on was that Broadway in South Toledo where they did all that construction. The thing that I never understand about construction is that you'll have you'll have a section here that's half done, and then you'll start a section here that's half done, and then you'll start a section here. Instead of taking all the resources, boom, let's get this done.
This one done.
Let's get this one done before we do anything else. Wow, now let's get this one done, and at least you have a flow of traffic. But what I know about economics is a lot of times the reason why they do it that way is because when you see subconsciously construction and barrels and all of that, you think work is getting done. So in your mind, you like, oh, my taxes is being used. You know what I mean? So they do it that way on purpose. If you got a bunch of small stretches of construction, like, oh, they really out here working. No, take that crew that's down there working, bring them down here with this crew. Let's get this finished. Then, you know what I mean? And tackle it like that.
Half the time you see barrels and no workers.
Right. No doubt. But again, it's for a purpose. That's what I'm saying. That's why they start before they finish. That's why they start, because they want to give the illusion that they're out there working. And there's been plenty of construction sites that you ride by every day. I'm like, ain't nobody ever out here, but these barrels is out here.
Right.
You know what I mean?
All the time.
But in your mind, that's how you justify that your taxes is being spent. Because you see, they doing road work, but ain't nobody out there working.
Wow. Yeah. And at least when you do construction, at least work with those businesses to come up with a logistics plan on how we can continue bringing foot traffic into your store. And I think a lot of times when they make these plans, they don't even consider the businesses. It's like, if you can get in there, you can get in there. If you can't, you can't. So
even when sometimes the business has a sign that says we're open during construction, but most of the time you're like, how do I get to your?
You got to bust a U-turn. You got to go through this parking lot. You got to go through there. At this point, just go out and walk. So that's pretty much what you got to do. All right. Last couple of stories before we go to commercial break. So Mike DeWine is cracking down on Medicaid fraud. So if you are people who are working in the Medicaid business and behavioral health business, you might want to pay attention. So Big Mike DeWine, he said, you remember his name during COVID? Uncle Mike. So Ohio Governor Mike DeWine, other agency leaders shared statements regarding Medicaid fraud after the Department of Justice announced a statewide enforcement initiative of federal leaders, including United States Acting Attorney General Todd Blanche and FBI Director Kash Patel, announced the initiative Thursday at the Defense Supply Center, Columbus. Those indicted have allegedly been involved in behavioral health fraud, government program fraud, and consumer fraud, and some other schemes. DeWine posted on X, also known as Twitter, regarding an announcement thanking President Donald Trump, the Department of Justice, and other federal leaders for their partnership with his administration. He says, year in and year out, Ohio is one of the nation's leaders in indicting and convicting Medicaid fraudsters, with more than over 2,000 indictments since 2011. Today's announcements are a continuation of our ongoing work and a tremendous partnership Ohio has with the federal law enforcement. A release from Ohio Department of Medicaid states it will begin suspending payments to 49 high-risk Medicaid home health providers that show potential fraud red flags following an executive order by Mike DeWine. So it's about to get real ugly out here.
Hey, folks out here play pimping.
Yeah. So you better really be doing what you say you're doing in them notes, because if not, it's about to get real ugly out here.
No doubt.
Yeah. So last story. So Wixie Bakery is reflecting on Harvard Elementary, and they're very sad to see Harvard close its doors for the last time this week, leaving its legacy as the castle on the hill. But as Toledo Public Schools figure out on the future of the building, one local business saying goodbye. Wixie Bakery, as you know, is a go-to stop for many Harvard Elementary students and parents, whether before or after school. Kids will now be going to other area schools, and the bakery has left a chalk message outside its door saying, "Thank you, Harvard. You will be missed." The owner said, "I see them in the morning," which is he's a baker there. His name is Brian Wixie. He said the afternoon gets to experience them in a different light, full of energy and probably wound up, but it's always nice. The tradition of stopping in for elephant ear or a sprinkled donut started generations ago, with people reminiscing on social media about taking their kids before school or getting to stop after a long day of learning for a treat. And the bakery says they will miss those students who are who attended Beverly Elementary. So yeah.
Wow.
Good, man. That's cruel, man. Get them kids on them donuts in the morning and send them and expect them to go sit in them classrooms.
Everybody bouncing off the wall. Thanks, Wixie.
So when I went to Macomber, we used to go to the Hillcrest used to be a hotel.
Yeah.
And they had this store in the Hillcrest, man, and they used to have these chocolate chip cookies that was this big. I know I drove some teachers crazy, man, because I'd be in there in the morning, get my chocolate chip cookie. It was on the floor after that. Boy.
That's what somebody, I forgot who told me that Jimmy used to always get donuts and be sitting in class eating donuts.
Oh, wow. Yeah. We used to stop at Port Clark's when I went to Lincoln Elementary. We would stop at Port Clark's and had a store in there. And we'd get us like some sour powers, some Cheetos, and be tearing it down at 9 o'clock in the morning.
Everybody had their little store. We had Royals, and we had Royals across the street from Scott.
Yeah.
Man, that's it right there.
That was What's the Tea and the Tea. I know if I got some tea, I'm gonna spill it here first on the Rise and Grind Morning Show.
Thank you for the tea.
You're welcome.
We appreciate that.
Informational tea.
Informational tea. Ladies and gentlemen, we got to take a quick commercial break. Shout out to our sponsors, P360 Studios, Toledo Arc, A Service Heart, Ohio Unity Coalition, Penthouse Work Spa, and Solution. But before we take a break, Jesse, where can they find us?
You can find us live on Facebook, live on YouTube. You can also find us on iHeartRadio, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and wherever you download your favorite shows.
We'll be right back after this commercial break. Hello, my name is Sean Mahone Sr., founder and executive director of Young Men and Women for Change Behavior Modification Bootcamp Program. If you are a parent experiencing issues or problems with your child, then give us a call today. Young Men and Women for Change, 567-277-5352. Productive leaders for tomorrow's future.
Hi, I'm Dennis Hobson, Buckeye legend and all-time leading scorer. I was the third player picked in the 1987 draft, and I went on to win an NBA championship in Chicago. I think earlier on in my career, and actually I'm gonna go back a little bit in high school where we had reel-to-reel. We didn't actually have film that you could set up. We could watch film, but we couldn't edit and cut film up. But by the time I got to Ohio State University, where everything is so big time, we had film that you could watch, plus you could edit and slice and cut film up. When I was able to understand film and understood what I was doing on the basketball court, it helped my game grow a tremendous amount. And just sitting there being able to watch film with my coaching staff or an individual coach and him pointing out different things, I was able to grow my game and take it to a whole nother level. This is why I created the Hobson Film Lab. I think you have a lot of players today, younger players, for getting a lot of individual work with their trainers. They're going to practice, working at their game, and they're playing in games, but I don't think they understand the game. And I think this film lab will help you to understand the game. You get the opportunity to sit with me. You can sit down, we're going to discuss. I'm going to edit your film. We're going to sit down and discuss what you're doing right, what you're doing bad. Good offense, bad offense, good defense, bad defense, whatever it is. Jump shot, I'm going to coach your head. I think that's super, super important outside of the individual training that you're getting and the time that you're getting with your coaches and coaching staff in practice and during games. With the Hobson Film Lab, I'm going to teach you awareness. I'm going to teach you how to read certain situations depending on where you are on the floor. I'm going to teach you how, once you beat your first line of defense, second line of defense steps up, how to make plays. Again, it's going to give you the opportunity to understand and learn the game in a way to where you're separating yourselves from everybody else that's playing the game. Click the link to learn more and reserve your spot today, because real development starts when players understand the game.
Your first impression matters. What if your business could introduce itself in just 60 seconds? Anytime, anywhere. Business cards get tossed. Social posts get lost. But video connects. It lets people see your face, hear your voice, and trust your story. At Project 360 Studios, we create business spotlight videos. Short professional films that introduce who you are, what you do, and why people should choose you. Here's how it works. Step 1, plan. We help craft your story. Step 2, film in our studio or on location. Step 3, edit. We brand it with your logo, colors, and music. Step 4, deliver a powerful video you can use everywhere. Share it on your website, social media, email signature, anywhere you want to make a lasting first impression. Don't just hand out your business card. Let people meet you. Book your business spotlight video today at Project 360 Studios.
Power on me, Holy Ghost energy. Let's go. I'm walking in authority. Yeah, that's the call on me. Covered by the blood, so the enemy ain't stopping me. Favor like a shield everywhere that I'm supposed to be. I'm walking in authority. I'm walking in authority. Moving with the Lord in me. Devils get to trembling every time they look at me. Destined and alive, now I'm stepping where I'm born to be. I'm walking in authority. Step up in the room, yeah, I'm charged with the kingdom. Got the light of God, and you know I'm gon' beam some. Every single chain break off when I speak some. Word of God swing like a sword when the beat drum. I'm chosen, anointed, yeah, that's official. Covered in the oil, devil can't touch this vessel. Gotta keep it moving every mountain I live. Spirit in my step, watch me dance on the devil. Faith on swole like I live in the gym. Authority in Christ, not me but him. I'm a child of the king, no fear, no sin. I said amen and the whole world spins. I'm walking in authority. I'm walking in authority. I'm walking in authority. Yeah, that's the call on me. Covered by the blood, so the enemy ain't stopping me. Favor like a shield everywhere that I'm supposed to be. I'm walking in authority. I'm walking in authority. Moving with the Lord in me. Devils get to trembling every time they look at me. Destined and alive, now I'm stepping where I'm born to be. I'm walking in authority. Hey, big faith, no doubt align with the mission. Holy Ghost fire, got the devil trying to listen. Trying to figure out why the blessing keep hitting. It's the power of the name, every chain gon' miss. And I'm bold with it, go with it, kingdom flow with it. When the battle get intense, I don't fold with it. I got angels on deck, yeah, the whole clip lit. Devil wanna throw shade, but he ain't gon' hit. I walk like David, pray like Paul. Talk like Jesus when the enemy calls. Stand so tall, never scared, never fall. Authority in me, I got blessings overflow when they fall on me. I'm rooted in the word, no war in me. Christ in my soul, that's the war in me. Take another step, giants fall instantly. Holy Spirit leading every move intentionally. No fear, cause the Lord put his strength in me. I walk with the crown of froggy in authority. Yeah, that's a call on me. Covered by the blood, so the enemy ain't stopping me. Favor like a shield everywhere that I'm supposed to be. I'm walking in authority. I'm walking in authority. Moving with the Lord in me. Devils get to trembling every time they look at me. Destiny unlocked, now I'm stepping where I'm born to be. I'm walking in authority. Step by step, I'm climbing high. Left my baggage, kissed it goodbye. New shoes on my feet, scuffed the ground. Echoes of dreams, no longer bound.
The air up here is thin but sweet. Every stumble turns to beat. I'm moving on up
like George and Weezy. Life ain't perfect, but it's looking breezy. Up the ladder I go, can't make me queasy. Moving on up like George and Weezy.
Moving on up like George and Weezy. I built my bridge from scraps and fire. Burnt down, down, climbed out the mire. Every brick laid was a piece of me. Now I'm dancing where the clouds can see. The air up here is thin but sweet. Every stumble turns to beat.
I'm moving on up like George and Weezy. Life ain't perfect, but it's looking breezy. Up the ladder I go, can't make me queasy. Moving on up like George and Weezy. Like George and Weezy.
The Rise and Grind Morning Show is on. 419 The Grind.
Good morning, Toledo, Ohio. Welcome back to the Rise and Grind Morning Show. It's your host, your boy, Mr. Sean Wan, in the studio with the DJ Impress.
Hey man, if I'm in here sounding like Keith Sweat, just we just gonna we gonna keep it moving this morning.
I wanna be you.
I wanna feel you. I wanna show you, baby,
And I need you. Nobody. Hey, leave my uncle alone, man.
Uncle Keith. Yeah.
Uncle has created hits.
Make sure y'all get them Keep Sweat candles. And listen to the Sweat Hotel.
but hey, that's the best pivot ever, though.
Huh?
That's the best pivot ever. The Sweat Hotel.
Sweat Hotel.
From singing last night, saw you standing there.
They love Keith. Them ladies love Keith Sweat.
Hey, they love him down south.
Listen.
On the radio.
When you hear them ladies calling in,
Yes.
oh my
and
God,
telling their whole life
I be
story.
so embarrassed for them.
Right.
Now, Keith, I love you, Keith. I love you so much.
behavior.
I love you. I love you too.
Keith, do you remember me back in '87? I had on the pink dress in the front row. I remember you, baby.
I remember you.
I got a Keith Sweat story from when I was back in school in the '90s, and went to a little college gathering down in Atlanta called Freaknik, and
this is a morning show.
You're not going to step over the Freaknik.
Save that story for the weekend.
Cut his mic.
Just was standing in line behind Keith Sweat at a varsity, trying to give me some burgers and whatnot. My boys was like, "Do you know who that is?" I'm like, "No, I don't know who that is." They're like, "That was Keith Sweat," and I'm like, "Oh, okay, that's cool."
I think the real question is, why were you at Freaknik?
Hold on. I was right there. Look, listen. My introduction. Oh my
Man.
God.
I was actually there visiting my friends at Morehouse College.
Well, see, I went to Fort Valley, so I was in.
Oh, there.
My God.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right there.
I got some Freaknik stories for you.
Oh man. Oh my
That's
God.
not this for
That's for the weekend show.
I was gonna say Rise and Grind, but it ain't even Rise and Grind. That's the 419 late night.
Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh my
That's
God.
a Bud Talk story.
Yeah. All right, I'm sorry.
Okay. Back to the introductions.
Also,
nobody. Okay, I'm sorry.
Okay. Also, we are in the studio with your favorite cousin, Mud Talk on Rise and Grind Weekend Morning Show. Ty Cleveland. Y'all get on my nerves.
I don't even know what's going on. It's too early. Talking about Freaknik and Keith Sweat. That's a whole lot going on.
My bad.
At 9:46 in the morning. No, good morning, everybody. Glad y'all tuned in on this TGIF Friday. We love having fun on Friday. That's why it's called Feel Good Friday.
Feel Good Friday.
Feel Good Friday and Freakniks.
Yeah.
Oh wow, that's a
Freaknik Friday.
Freaknik Friday.
I didn't start this something talking about that.
Feel good on this Freaknik Friday. I mean, the weather is nice outside.
Oh my goodness.
Friday.
Oh my
Freaknik
goodness.
Friday.
Oh my goodness.
So we're gonna invite everyone who's been to a Freaknik and tell stories about it.
Listen, that's why I never tried to run for public office.
There might be some video out.
Right.
They came up with those pictures a few years ago. I was just like, whoa.
The good thing is you still had to have a VCR in order to find the footage.
That was old school.
Had to go break all the VCRs in the city of Toledo.
We are also in the studio with the producer of the Rise and Grind Morning Show, Jesse Coleman.
Make sure y'all listen to the Sweat Hotel tonight from 9 p.m. to 10 a.m.
He starts at like 7 in the evening. It's so
7 in the evening.
Yeah.
Carl said he looked like Patrick Ewing, little brother.
Oh my God, man! Oh my goodness, man! Y'all tweak it to the.
Do Keith Sweat really got candles?
Yeah,
I'm sure he do.
Because
he
him
sells
and
candles.
so Erykah Badu has incense. Yeah, they sold out in 20 minutes.
Oh wow!
Yeah.
Wow!
Yeah,
It's we know the story behind it. There's a story behind it.
When Keith Sweat was on the Breakfast Club, I think it was a couple months ago. He was talking about his candles.
Oh,
Yeah.
what do they smell
It's
like?
a real business.
Sweat.
I don't know. He said he got different. I got different scents. You got pine. You got real scents.
Depression.
Deep voice.
Some just ain't right candles.
Oh my God!
Motel sheets.
Oh my
Oh,
God!
God.
Wow!
That's a horrible smell.
Sweat Hotel. He said, make sure you got a VCR.
VCR. All right. Man, ladies and gentlemen, we're blessed to have our next guest in the house, man. This brother is making it do what it do. He always follow us on the Rise and Grind Morning Show. And I was just saying, I was like, we got to get James on the show. And little behold, the new the new appointment guy, the new Facebook monitor.
That's crazy. He's probably more than that.
Right, he is more than that. Trust me. Anybody to go to Sheets at night to get them a breakfast sandwich.
I earned that breakfast sandwich last night. I did. Got 2 of them. Man.
You got 2 of them.
Yeah, got to get my protein.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the studio, James Johnson. What's going on, man?
Hey, what's happening? What's happening, Sean? Appreciate y'all having me here.
Good morning.
And just an honor to be a guest here on the 419 Grind. It's just definitely a pleasure to be here. Thank you.
Man, yeah, we appreciate you, brother. You're doing some amazing. I love, one thing I love is when I see men that look like me, that are movers and shakers, that is consistently doing a greater work outside of what they're already doing.
I appreciate it.
And I'm surrounded with men in this room that contest to that.
Absolutely. And the work that you all do is just tremendous for our community. And I just want to just do a little bit myself, just add to that and just try to help out the community and specifically in the role that I'm in right now, these young men over at Scott and in the community itself, but specifically right over there, and just trying to help guide them and help them become greater young men.
That's it.
And that's what I'm really focused on. And that's what I'm working on and trying to do every day.
Right.
So we talked before when you came in before the show. And we were talking about the different coaching styles that we grew up in.
Absolutely.
And how do you approach today's youth when it comes to coaching?
Well, I think in working with today's youth, and even in the past, my coaching style is all about building relationships. I want my team to know that I care about them individually and as a team, but I care about them, their well-being more so than them going out and scoring 20 points for me and getting 10 rebounds or whatever. I want them to grow up to be quality young men. That's really my focus. And even lending to that, Brother Jesse, I was listening to the show a little bit earlier. We had an open gym yesterday, and every time I leave my young men, I implore upon them to make good decisions.
Yes.
And I was talking about just yesterday, it's a tough time out here for young black men and young black girls in regard to our relationships with police officers, Toledo Police, just being a young man coming up right now. You have to make good decisions. And I was telling my guys, listen, make good decisions. I don't want y'all involved in any confrontation with police or anything like that. The police officers are hired to protect and serve us. But every occupation don't necessarily have great members of their team. And so I want our guys more than anything to get home safely. And so I was just imploring upon them and just advising them, just monitor your actions. Be sure that you stay out the way. And even then, some of my players told me yesterday that, Coach, they're supposed to be having a team takeover this coming weekend at the West End Festival. And I'm like, whoa, fellas, make sure we not involved in anything like that. Make sure you stay safe. If something like that gets out of hand, it can be something that you can't control. And more than anything, I want y'all to be safe. I want y'all to make good decisions. And so that's kind of really what I'm focused on. Just building relationships with our young men, helping them from day to day make good decisions and just growing up to be quality young men.
Absolutely, yeah.
So, go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, go ahead. Go ahead.
No, I was just gonna say, me and James go way back.
Right.
The summer between my junior and senior year, we both played on the same AAU team.
Okay.
That's where I met him. How is it going from the point guard at St. Francis to now being a coach of one of the, the premier, I don't want to say black school, but one of the premier schools fan base wise for Scott? You know what I mean?
I tell you what, it's an honor to be the head coach at Scott. Knowing where we came from and just knowing the tradition of the tremendous players that have come through that program. Not just that 1990 state championship team, which was spectacular. And I'll talk a little bit more about that, but you can go back through the 80s, 70s, 60s, even deeper than that, on the tradition at Scott. It's an honor. And, although I was at St. Francis, I experienced that 89 team of Macomber. I experienced the 1990 team at Scott, and so on. And so I'm familiar with that tradition, and I'm not disillusioned to know or to think that I'm gonna walk into something and we're gonna go and easily win a state championship this year. I want our guys to know that it's gonna take hard work. It's gonna take discipline. It's gonna take good decision making, even off the basketball court and in the classrooms and different things like that. But I completely feel and know in my heart that with the proper work and the work ethic and we can get there and we can get the program to be back to where it was.
Now, you recently made the switch from Central Catholic to Scott.
Yes, sir.
What prompted you to make that switch over to Scott High School?
Well, I tell you what, I was at Central Catholic and I had a tremendous time over there. I was working with some tremendous coaches over there. And my nephews were at Central Catholic as well. And so I just moved back here to the Toledo area back in 2022. I was advised by my brother and his wife that, hey, why don't you get over there in Central and look after and help work with our sons and some of the kids over there. And so I was fortunate that Coach Floyd accepted me over there. I go way back with his family as well. And that transition from Central to Scott, it was an opportunity that came open. And to be honest with you, Mr. Jesse, I didn't think I was ready for that position at Scott, simply because just last year I had ran into some health problems and health situations. I don't know if you gentlemen are completely aware, but I experienced 5 surgeries last July, between July and August, the last 3 of which were amputations of my lower limbs on my right leg. And so when the Scott position came open a little earlier this year, I didn't think I was ready physically. I took last year off from coaching and just kind of followed the team and sent texts to some of the players on the team and was really in rehab, full rehab. And when the position came open, I wasn't going to apply for it. I didn't think I was ready, but it is a dream coaching position for anybody who's familiar with the Scott basketball, like you were saying, Monty, the Scott basketball tradition here in the city. And so I received some text messages and some advice from some gentlemen from my church, Brother Caldwell, and I prayed over it and I decided to go ahead and apply for it.
Okay.
And when I did apply for it, I was fortunate enough to get an interview. Some tremendous mentors that are in the coaching field that are also members of my church, Coach Bates, another gentleman, Coach Caldwell, who was on that staff at the 1990 Scott team, reached out to me and said, hey, Eric, you can do this. I think this is a great opportunity. And so I interviewed for the position and was happy to be hired. And I'm still working hard. I'm still doing my rehab, but just being over there is a blessing. And I truly feel, Mr. Ty Cleveland, Brother Sean, that it is an assignment for me.
Yes.
Talk about purpose and where I'm supposed to be and what I'm supposed to be doing. I have never felt a greater peace than coming into the Ben E. Williams Fieldhouse and seeing my guys and getting in front of my guys and just really trying to lead these young men to be better young men.
And that's what it boils down to. That's what it boils down to. I think that a lot of us miss our purpose, which is connected to a promise, is because it is our job. It is our job to make sure that we pour into other young men's lives.
Yes, sir.
Because somebody poured into our life.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Can we go back a little bit? You were talking about the surgery that you had, and I know at some point you started posting your recovery journey.
Yes,
right?
sir. Yes, sir.
I just want you to know, for me, it was inspirational because like I had both of my hips replaced last year, right? And to see you get up, go to the gym every day, work hard and all of that, and it was like, man, he had his leg, amputated. And my hip, man, I could be doing the same thing. And you had posted a video of when you first walked back into the gym.
Right.
And bruh, I'm like, man, to somebody I know personally, I shared the court with.
Right.
To see you go through that and still stand strong as a man and walk in your purpose was so powerful. And people always talk about, like, when people post stuff, like, why are you posting? You never know who you inspire, who you touch.
I appreciate that.
And that made me get up and start, like we were talking, like, when we first started doing this, I couldn't even get up out the chair.
Yes, sir.
On my own, that people would have to help. And now they be trying to help me out. I'll be like, no, I got it.
Yeah, that's me too.
Just to be able to walk and work and all that. And seeing your videos really, really helped me get through that. So
I appreciate it, bro. I tell you what, Monty, and it's been a blessing, man. This whole little journey has been a blessing. And I'm working on, and I'm coming out with a book this August called Fourth Quarter Faith. And I have not always been there to post that information in my videos. And as a matter of fact, I was in a dark space when this first happened. And to kind of go back to my whole story, I lost my best friend last year to colon cancer. This was actually, it was in 2024 that I lost him, and we buried him January 3rd of 2025. And his name was Greg Battle. He was from Toledo. He was living in New Jersey, but he was our age, 52 years old. It was sad. I was upset about that, but I was still coaching my team, still getting through it. And then in the second quarter of the year, if you will, my dad, who had been diagnosed with prostate cancer, the cancer began to spread a little bit, and it entered the different organs around his prostate. And so from there, I'm watching my dad get sicker and sicker. And my dad was, my hero in my life, and it was tough to see him getting more ill. And then in the third quarter of the year, the 4th of July is when this situation happened. I got up to go to the bathroom in the middle of the night and stubbed my toe on the bed post. And, it happens. It was hurting. I'm like, I didn't think too much about it. Went back to sleep, woke up the next morning. I'm like, man, my foot is still hurting. I looked down, and 2 of my toes are completely black.
Wow.
And it was shocking. I didn't know what was going on. I had my sisters take me to the hospital. They got me in the emergency room and was like, yo, man, we're going to have to take these. And I'm like, hold up, let's wait a second. And, it was 4th of July weekend. That happened July the 5th, that Saturday. They were scheduling me for surgery that Monday. And everything happened so fast. And I won't go into the full details about that. But between the 4th of July and August 25th, I was in the hospital. I was on IVs. And I ended up having to have my leg amputated. And so while I was in the hospital and and I was in a deep, dark space. I was very upset. I was depressed. And I had a friend that came, and I was trying to push my friends away. I'm like, I can just deal with this myself. You know, I'm going to just deal with it. I didn't want to talk to anybody. And I came back actually from one of my operations, and a friend of mine, this lady named Christina Rodriguez, was in my hospital room. And I'm like, yo, what are you doing here? You know, I want to be by myself. And she just wouldn't let me be. And she told me, and she got me to start taking pictures. And she was like, dude, you really ought to document your story. Yeah. You could probably help somebody. I like the way that you're fighting through this. I like the way that you are dealing with this, your attitude about it. And even though I was depressed, I was determined that this wasn't going to stop me. I was determined that I was going to keep going, keep doing the things that I do. And so I started taking some pictures. I started taking some videos. And then in the fourth quarter of 2025, my dad ended up passing. And that was the most difficult thing that had happened to me in my life. He was my hero, like I said before, my leader. And I titled the book Fourth Quarter Faith because in the fourth quarter of a game is a lot of times where the game gets tight, the game gets close. And you need to know that you have something that you can lean on to get through those hard times of life. And it was my faith in God that really got me through all of the different things that I went through last year, but specifically with my dad passing and just trying to get through that. And I leaned on that faith. I continue to lean on that faith as I take my pictures, and I started my rehab and started to walk. I didn't even get my prosthetic leg until late January of this year. And so as I started to learn how to walk, and as I started to begin to exercise and get myself physically stronger, it was that faith that got me through it. And so I appreciate you saying what you said, Monty, because I wasn't going to share that information with anybody. I was somewhat embarrassed because I was a basketball coach and coaching people and in the gym all the time. And I wasn't taking care of my health the way I should be. And
hold on, we're gonna go into the African American
yes, sir.
Male wellness. But before that, we're gonna take a quick break. We want to thank our sponsors, Sandra McPherson, Young Men and Women for Change, One Creative Cutie, the Tabernacle Church, the Fountain Church, Premier Screenings LLC, Rhonda Sewell, and Stacks Chicken. Just before we go, where can they find us?
You can find us live on Facebook, live on YouTube. You can also find us on iHeartRadio, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and wherever you download your favorite shows.
We will be right back with this amazing story in 1 second.
Give me one for the wake up. I'm so grateful for another day to help stimulate the mental. Time to strategize, huddle up, where's your circle? I can feel the movement radiate through the convo. Talk is cheap, turn your faith into work. I drink my second cup and put my hands in the dirt. 2 cups, drinking straight drip from the earth. Caffeinated conversations, you heard them here first. One for the wake up. One for the wake up. You heard them here first.
Jamaican reggae kitchen. Every little thing just sizzling. From Yardman spice to Island rhythm. Put some soul in the pot, then listen. Jamaican reggae kitchen. One plate mash up your system. Take a bite, feel the bass in your chest. Then every belly start dance to the hymn them. Rice and peas in a big pan, jack smoke right name in the sky. Grandma hum, One old hymn song, you them bust joke, laugh till them cry. Lime wedge cool down the thing them. Sweet sauce drip off your chin. You say you just come for a small friend, but you got triplet deep, can't pretend. Jamarit and reggae kitchen. Every little thing just sizzling. From Yardman, Spice Island rhythm. Put some soul in the pot then.
To be able to come out and see all these kids and everyone get together so that we can put a smile on all the other kids' faces is super. It makes my heart smile.
God ain't bring me this far just to barely survive. Listen. God didn't bless me just to get by. Didn't wake me up just to barely get through the night. I'm walking in favor, I'm living overflow. Exceedingly abundantly, that's how the promise goes. Nah, not just to get by. He opened doors I couldn't pry. I'm blessed beyond the limits of my mind. Nah, not just to get by. I remember nights when the fridge was talking loud. Empty shelves, heavy prayers, faith in the clouds. Mama said, hold on, God sees it all. Even when the pocket's thin, we still stand tall. Now I see the vision clearer than before. He don't give crumbs, he prepared a whole store. If he said it, he meant it, I trust what he said. He ain't the God of lack, he the God of way made. I ain't chased the bag, I chased his face. Now grace on grace got me running my race. Every step order, every breath plan. I don't just survive, I thrive in his hands. Yeah, God didn't bless me just to get by. Didn't wake me up just to barely get through the night. I'm walking in favor, I'm living overflow. Exceedingly abundantly, that's how the promise goes. Nah, not just to get by. He opened doors I couldn't pry. I'm blessed beyond the limits of my mind. Nah, not just to get by. Words say above all I could ask or think. So I stopped thinking small every time I blink. If he owns the cattle, the hills, the land, why would I doubt what's already in his plan? Pressure tried to break me, pain tried to mold me, but purpose kept pulling, wouldn't let it hold me. I'm blessed in the city, blessed when I leave, blessed when I sow, blessed when I believe. I ain't got a scheme, I ain't got a lie. Favor got my name written front line, from the pit to the palace. Yeah, I testify. He didn't call me up just to get by. Overflow, yeah, it's more than enough. Running over, fill my cup. If you did it once, so do it again. I don't live in fear, I live in him. Overflow, I'm covered in grace. Every blessing got purpose in place. Hands up high, let the world know I ain't just alive. I'm supplied. God didn't bless me just to get by. Didn't wake me up just to barely get through the night. I'm walking in favor, I'm living overflow. Exceedingly abundantly, that's how the promise goes. Nah, not just to get by. He opened doors I couldn't pry. I'm blessed beyond the limits of my mind. Nah, not just to get by.
Boots in the mud. Yeah. 4-9. Glass City Blue.
Good. That's all y'all getting today. Morning, Toledo. It is your boy, the impressive one, DJ Impress, in the studio with Mud Talk's own Mr. Ty Cleveland. What's up, bro?
What up, though? Happy Friday to everybody that's tuning in and tapping in and watching.
Also in the studio, well, we want to acknowledge our host, Sean Wine, who did the army crawl. You know, Sean is busy, so he did the army crawl.
You see him disappear. He just snapped his fingers. He
just twinkled his nose like I dream of Major Payne. Also in the studio with Tucked Away Jay, a.k.a. Bob the Builder, a.k.a. Urban Oz back there.
Good morning. Hey, this is the first I got a Saturday off in a very long time, and I'm so happy.
Oh, man, I was just about to tell you I need you. No, I'm just
what do you need? I mean...
Also, but before we get back to our guests, I want to remind people we got the 4th annual Healing and Hidden Secret Traumas Conference 2026, Healing into Purpose. This Sunday, June 7th, at the Canaan Manifested Word Church. Name's special guest is Dr. Dorinda Clark Cole. It is going to be an amazing event, so make sure you guys come out and support that. But back to our distinguished guest, my once teammate.
Yeah. I tell you what, that AAU team was tremendous. DJ Empress. I mean, with yourself, me, a couple other guys from St. Francis, Edgecombe, Larry Sykes, Craig Thames.
We had a
nice team right there.
Shane Comize.
Right.
Wow.
We had James Dodson. What's my guy that went to Libby?
Pitts.
Daryl Pitts. Daryl Pitts. Yeah, we had a nice squad, man. And I didn't even. I want to say I didn't even get invited to try out for the team. I just came. They used to have the open gyms, and came to an open gym, and then end up making the team. So that's what's up, man. We had and that Vegas trip.
I was just thinking. Just
Aaron Williams. We had Aaron Williams too. Yeah.
Tremendous
we had a nice squad.
sleeper. It was a great team. It was a lot of fun.
Well, speaking of basketball, you have a basketball camp that's coming up next week, right? Tell us a little bit about it.
Absolutely. And so we got the basketball camp next week. It's June 8th through the 11th. It'll be right there at the Benny Williams Fieldhouse from 4th graders through 8th graders. And the first thing I want to say about the camp is completely free. And it's being held by the Scott Alumni Legends. And these kids don't realize who these legends are, but to be able to have coaching from a Scoop Williams, from a Marcus Newburn, Coach Bates is involved with it, Coach Caldwell. These Scott Alumni Legends are gentlemen who are still giving back to the community and have created this basketball camp where we will be going over fundamentals. We'll be teaching these kids and loving on these kids. And they'll get a free breakfast and a lunch, and they'll get a t-shirt. But the most important part about it is that we're going to be loving on these kids, and they can come and learn this basketball fundamentals and such for free. And we're inviting all the kids to come out. The QR code is on our flyer. Just need to go ahead and get registered. And even if you want to come the day of the camp, and you're in the 4th through 6th grade for Monday and Tuesday, and then 6th through 7th, 8th grade on Wednesday and Thursday, you're welcome to come. We won't be turning anyone away, and we're not charging anyone. And I think that's just a tremendous thing. When I was a youth, I used to go to basketball camps, in the area for free. And I looked up to those gentlemen. I looked up to those coaches and the players that were there teaching me. And our team, our varsity team, will be there helping instruct the younger players and that. And I think it's just a great way for the kids to get involved. And then for our kids to begin to learn what it is to give back. And so when they get to be my age or even older, like the Scoop Williams, like the Marcus Newburns, and the gentlemen of the Donald Collins, the Lawrence Collins, to be able to to continue to give back. It's just a great learning experience, and I want our kids to be involved in that.
Absolutely.
And just being a part of, like, if the city of Toledo don't care about nothing, they care about the Scott legacy, man.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
So just to be a part of that and to set an example for your team to know what it's like to be a Bulldog. When they say once a Bulldog, always a Bulldog, they mean it.
Oh my goodness.
They mean it.
You absolutely
As
correct. with
annoying as a kid. No, I'm just.
I feel you, though.
I'm just saying. Listen, I was in here talking about Scott the other day, and I'm on my slingshot. Somebody rolled up on me talking about what I said on the show about Scott. I love my 2,400 people because they are serious about Scott, and you at the helm of that legendary school, man. I just know they got great things to come. Now, before we went to break, we started talking about your healing journey, and now you are the ambassador for the African American Male Wellness Walk. Talk about that a little bit.
Absolutely. I am, first of all, just grateful to be included in that. And the city coordinator, Brother Rob Langford, asked me. He was on staff with me. I was on staff with him over at Central Catholic, and so we became super close. And he reached out to me and said, "Hey, brother, just kind of similar to you. I love what you're doing. I love your story. We need you over here." And I said, "Say less. It's a great opportunity because," and I did a tremendous video over at Scout with my boys standing behind me. But the thing about it is, as African American men, we need to take more control of our health.
Absolutely.
And if you can't, I want everybody to look at me as an example.
Yes.
Look at me. And it was less than a year ago, I was standing on both legs and such. And it was, I really feel because of my neglect, because I wasn't paying attention. I was a type 2 diabetic and it has been for years. But because I wasn't taking care of my body and doing the things that I knew I needed to be doing, I ended up getting into a very tough situation where I almost lost my life. And so I want to get the word out that we need to do better. And so we got the walk coming up. It's August 15th, a little later this summer. But it's all about coming out, getting screened, knowing what your numbers are, taking better control of your health. And really, for me personally, it's about setting an example for this younger generation. You know, I was an athlete all my life, and so I felt like I was almost invincible when it came to that. But it's something that is extremely important, and not only our physical health, but our mental health as well. It's something that we need to take account of it also. I really was in a dark space, and if it wasn't for being able to talk to people like my pastor and a therapist and other folks who cared enough about me, about what I was going through, I don't know if I would have been able to make it even as far as I have today. And so I'm extremely excited to be a part of the African American Men's Wellness Day. We're gonna have a tremendous time out there on the grounds of 2400 Collingwood Boulevard, Scott High School, and I'm inviting everyone to come out, not just African American men, all men, all ladies. If you know someone, bring them out. Have them come out. We need to get checked out so we don't get checked in, and so it's important.
I want to shout out Brian Bird. Brian Bird, Chief Bird, was the person who brought the African American Male Wellness Walk here. I think he went to a Columbus event, and he was, and I had been a part of it since it started. Like I was the DJ from day one. He was talking about how he would go on these runs as a fireman, and a lot of people were suffering from stuff that they don't have to suffer from. You know what I mean? And so he saw the need here. And I remember like in the first like year or two, we actually like saved somebody's life. Two people. One person, I think they was right on the verge of having a stroke. And then the other person, was in the beginning stages of cancer, and we were able to find it because going to, the walk and getting those numbers, and they encourage you not to just come to the walk, but get the screenings.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Because that's the most important part. You know what I mean? Even if you don't walk, even if you don't do anything at all, come and get your numbers, man. Because those numbers, man, is literally the difference between life and death.
Yeah. Literally, and just piggybacking off of what you said, DJ Empress, a tremendous member of my staff, my top assistant, Coach Art Miller, attended the walk 2 years ago.
That's my cousin.
In 2024. And, the coordinator then, Brother Dorian Hooker, he was just coming to walk at the walk. And he took him, he's like, before you, come walk, go ahead and get your screenings and then you can come out. He took him to the front of the line. And he was like, I'm not really interested in getting these screenings, but they forced him to get the screenings. And his blood pressure was not where it needed to be. His blood sugars was super, super high. And they advised him and told him, we're going to send you around the corner to St. Vincent right now. Right now. He went around the corner to St. Vincent. It's a great article in the Blade about it. And they took him in, they checked him in. The doctors was telling him, hey, if you had to try to do that walk today, you would have stroked out and you probably would have lost your life. And it literally saved his life. And it happens. And it's going to happen to somebody this year as well. Right. And so it's important for our men to get checked out, to know your numbers. We got to take better control of our health, and it's important. It's really important.
And I always tell people, you don't have to be a big bag to have bad health. There are people out here who are skinny and unhealthy. So.
Listen, my grandmother used to tell me, every day you are just healthy enough to die.
Yeah,
man, that's a great word.
You
right
are
there.
just healthy enough to die on any given day. You know what I mean? You don't eat a lot of the things that we like. High blood pressure and stroke. You're fine one moment, and then the next you're fine until you're not fine.
Yeah.
So get those numbers, man. They are ultimately important. I used to have to find one of them 70s songs that's like 8, 9, 10 minutes long, so I can go and make sure that I get all my screenings and stuff, man. Because it's ultra important to get those numbers, man.
Mr. Ty, you are so correct with that, and that is what had me disillusioned to think that I was semi-healthy.
Yeah.
I wasn't overweight. I was in a gym and I was coaching, and although I'm coaching these young men and whatnot, I would walk around with a whistle around my neck and be in the gym, but I wasn't moving hardly at all.
Yeah.
And then I would go to the weight room with those guys and stand there 45 minutes to an hour while they worked out, while they lifted. And I might coach a kid over here on the proper technique to do something, but I wasn't doing anything myself.
Yeah.
But it's a difference for me now. When we in the weight room, they see me pushing.
Right.
They see me on the elliptical and doing my thing.
Right.
They see me lifting weights.
Yeah.
I'm getting my workout in for my health.
Yeah.
And my players see me and they're like, okay, coach, okay, I see you, coach. And I tell you what, I want them to remember seeing me doing that. And so when they aren't playing ball or when they get a little bit older, they'll know that it's still important to be active. It's still important. And you know what? I'm not no mile or marathoner right now or anything like that, but just being more active, just a little bit more so on a consistent basis will do wonders for all of us.
Yeah. And you can just go around the block, take a 30-minute walk, or go to the park or whatnot, or even on your lunch break. Like I know at work when my kids go to lunch, I just walk up and down the stairs at our school. You know what I'm saying? While they're on lunch. So it really honestly, 30 minutes can save your life.
Absolutely.
And sometimes it's just an adjustment, from what you normally do. If you work in a building with an elevator, like you say, sometimes take the stairs. Take the stairs. You know what I mean? Just to get the heart rate moving and all that kind of stuff.
Yes, sir.
You said what?
I said I wish we had an elevator in here sometimes.
Man, I used to. My first day here, I went to the elevator. It was locked. I was like, man. Y'all tripping.
I did that today. I walked past the stairs. I was like, Okay, no worries. Let me get some in right now.
Yeah.
Now you got the book coming out, Fourth Quarter Faith.
Yeah.
What is the book about?
So the book is about just really. The book is about really motivating others and including myself to live your best life. And it talks about perseverance. It talks about just having a faith that can get you through tough times. It also talks about being accountable. The first stage of growth, in my opinion, is being accountable and being honest with yourself. It talks about God's mercy and the fact that He has grace. I have made some mistakes in my life that I have not been proud of, and I felt like those mistakes were holding me back. But I realized that through His mercy that I can move forward. Everybody's not perfect. People make mistakes, and even then from there, you can rise to greatness beyond your current situation and beyond your current circumstances.
Absolutely.
And the thing that I found out about as I began to share my story, and I can just say just a little bit. And as I mentioned what I had gone through to other people, I quickly realized everybody is going through their own fourth quarter.
Yes.
Everybody is going through something, whether it's what I'm going through or fourth quarter. And if you ain't a basketball person and you might not be into sports, my grandmother used to say something like late in the midnight hour. It ain't the fourth quarter, but she used to say late in the midnight hour. Or I've heard other people say when your back is up against the wall. Whenever you are going through, if you got a faith that you can get through it and that you're going to be all right, that's going to help you get through those types of situations.
Absolutely,
Yes, sir, man. I can't wait to read it. I know it's going to be an incredible read, man. Your journey is so inspiring, and to know that I know you, so I know where you come from. I know when we shared the court together, how we just felt like we were invincible, and to see those ups and downs, but still get up and focus, and your main purpose is to pour back into those kids. And I'm gonna tell you, you took a step. I don't know if I had the cojones to step into that Scott legacy, man, because it is like I said, they don't care about nothing in the city. They care about them Bulldogs. And for them to trust you with that position of being a head coach, following legendary coaches like Ben Williams, and, all them got Earl Morris and all that, man. So, man.
I tell you what, and you are absolutely correct about that. I have gotten inboxes, phone calls from all over the country of Scott alumni saying, hey, this is what you need to do. This is we looking for you to do this. And it is it's an honor to be there, but they have expectations.
Yes.
And I'm there, I'm all here for it. I'm here for the smoke. I already know what it was, and I know what it is, and I know what the expectations are, and we're gonna grind for in the 419. We're gonna work to make it be what it once was, and even extend past that. And I've gotten calls from the Melvin Newburns and the the Coach Bates and the Marcus Newburns and the Collins brothers. And so it's something that's serious. I take it serious, but it's a blessing to have that level of support. Because you're right. And I have told people, and I've coached down south, I've coached in the Detroit area. I have not experienced an alumni base like what is over there at Scott. And it's tremendous. But there are expectations, and we want to win.
Well, just know that we got your back here, bro. I already know how like I said, they love that fan base.
And you're going to do good because you came on here talking your mud talk. You know what I'm saying? Instead of this, say, I want all the smoke.
All right. So before we go, we always like to leave people with something positive to get them through their day. Give me a word for the people.
my word for the people today and my positivity for them is you can do anything that you put your mind to with God's help. And I know you may be going through some things and it may not look exactly the way you want it to look right now, but just keep your head there and continue to work and pray and trust in God and keep working hard and things will get better. Things will get better.
That's what's up.
Yes,
yeah.
sir. Ty, what you got?
Well, you know, a little shameless plug. Come see me down in City Hall tonight, starting at 8 p.m. DJing tonight, 8 p.m. to 10 p.m. Make sure you get your tickets for Trap and Paint, which is next Friday. Tickets are $40, so get with B-Foss for that. I am DJing as well, too. It's a Juneteenth edition, so it's going to be real Juneteenth-y. So we're going to have a good time. But as I always say, remember, sometimes you have to go left to get right, because if you don't get right, you just might get left. And then somebody says that you're doing too much. Maybe they just not doing enough.
So just...
Remember to follow us on all social media at 419 Grind. Go to the website at 419grind.com and go see the exclusive interview with HMMF. Did an interview with DJ and Press in the exclusive series.
Yes, sir.
Go to the website winnerlosesports.com to see all of our sports content. And I just want everybody to have a great weekend.
Yes, sir. As I always say, we all face fear, but you can define what it means. You can forget everything and run, or face everything and rise. Also, you can't add days to your life, but you can add life to your days. And as Sean would say, you are the head and not the tail. You are above and not beneath.
Your future is in front of you and not behind you.
Hey. We want you to have a great weekend, and we will see you Monday morning on the 419 Grind. We are out of here.
Peace.
Now they're right here in my hands, ain't it wild out time just dances. I've been up, I've been down, but I'm still standing now. Every scar, every tear, got me right here. It's a good life, yeah, I feel it in my soul. Every heartbeat telling me I'm home. Got my people, got my peace of mind. Ain't no mountain too high this time. Yeah, I laugh, I love, I shine. Oh, it's a good life.
Fresno City. Visit us online at the419grind.com.